Nyamia do my court elections about 3 times.
Okay.
So me, I've witnessed the strategy and the approach of the NDC when it comes to wanting power. They master how I obey Kanyamana Nipokoto about the full power. Obeti me charge you NDC. You could tell my NDC. Obisa and said, "Then I could tell my no general show." We look at a 24-hour economy. Also on Chemupe. Now I am confused. The point I want to make is that I'm not surprised. Say Niama omu kachen krofo and ne omu dani omu anu akasa omu ankasa obi macho ha. It is not only the performance of a government that determines how the population or the citizenry will react during elections. It is also the impression that is whipped against you by the opposition. Secondly, the promises the opposition makes also can make people vote you out even when you satisfy some of the basic things that they require. Because someone is pushing their expectation and appetite. NDC mastered the two. The politics of bastardization. What brought this licensure? Let me bring you back. Now I said the entire Omori politics. Obi, me in Kasantia teachers. Because teachers na chair my dear. But teacher profession, you know, a bit more entire Obi or child here now to Sebi. Oshiano now the Kasa. Obi say, no, way on your feet to be a teacher. Obi Sheno, Ebi a Sebi. Wako school, Ebi a long time ago. And now Ebi Obi Hunu on your professional teacher. Wako chair some private school idea and the other inter-system. Yeah. So they brought this idea of licensure so that there will be some standardization. Obi Enyesa. And your boni kwanso. And you be an effort to the traditional teaching training colleges. Yes. Is it every teacher in Ghana went to training college?
No.
Some entered from other places. And that is why in order to have a standardized measure of at least the basic qualification and competence of the teacher, they brought these licensure exams. It did not come from the air. And experts all field suggest say this is the way to go. So that who are qualified teacher crowning? It's a plus for you. No, I will say obi or fake, ABI either so make it the licensure. Now it's a way to clean the system. And now nipa no be upgrade. Now but the NDC engaged in the politics of bastardization. This is what they did. Teachers kakra no munyanka, they would avoid this inconvenience kakra. Say see question dey kakra na better exam sir. Obi unyanka it should be what? Avoidable.
Yes.
That's one. So they fed into the discomfort of those who wish this thing will pass over them or pass me by, like someone would say. And they got thousands of these who were like, let the status quo remain. And then the other two say or tiny building against us and he say licensure say free. So the two main elements which made the NDC use this is to more or less feed on those who were unhappy with the fact that they have to go through something that will test their competence. That's one. And the second one is that even if you are paying 100 cedis, that's why one of the amendments said, the most obnoxious policy. Something obnoxious is harmful. Is that not it? If you write an exam, does it cause you harm? Obi, and it should tell you the strategy and the extent the NDC goes when they want power. Now, didn't your mother back? As I say, only the people are raising issues. I think the teachers have been given data
from the National Teaching Council, my rescheduled teacher licensure exams to Tuesday, March 24th. Because Monday na nanka also mutrono a public holiday.
Tuesday. And that's how I can. Obi say, people can just say la. Just say asem kesienesi. See my senior brother Kasano. I feel no change and say now you see Rebecca we want to as we speak.
But truly that's what they said.
I'm coming there, Obi. As we speak, under the leadership of this government, has licensure dates been communicated?
It has been communicated. I'm going to run it Tuesday.
Is it free of charge?
No.
God have mercy. So the people that they charged against us say you are being taken troubles to write exams, to pay money. They are experiencing the same thing that they expressed under us. Obi, also anybody who exams are if it be till, let me defeat his argument. If it be incorporated and incorporated so well, after writing your final exams, there shouldn't be any other licensure. But once there is a separate paper you sit, even if you sit the next day, it means that you've still got to what? Write the standardization exams. Is it waived? Is it zero series rated because you are right at the end of your exams? Ask him whether it's zero rated. You pay money. So the two things are only accusing here. Now, what about those who don't go training schools? How do they write the licensure exams to be standardized to become teachers?
Into a universities.
Yes. So you see, the point I'm making is that, and I have many examples. Free SHS. Okay, so come on. It's two streams, double track. It's useless. We'll make a single track. Almost a single. No, the earliest is 2027. Now, Sebi say Abaya Nyakukudro. No, see, instead of Ghana Fomba over 100,000 annually, the statistics was that average 100,000 kids fall onto the streets every year because because of monetary. Most of them they qualify but they don't enter. Average 100,000. When you are buying, see the money they will come in, but there will be congestion and the numbers are huge. So how do I innovate so that with the same spaces I have, every Ghanaian child can have a shot? That's where this double tracking. How can you accuse a government of ill will when it's trying to solve a problem? And then you get the impression that you do single track. How do you do single track with the same space? Those who got angry at us that their kids are around their double track today is the same thing you are doing. What it means is that either you were dishonest and charge them against us, or you promise to do something that you don't have the wherewithal to do. But I am comforted by one thing. The teacher who listened to you and charged at us because of a comment, they wouldn't inform when no, or say oh church and say I feel no money pressure no a cost room. Now Okoe-Boye, we have to learn in this life, every experience to learn. Some of the mistakes we made in government, if I have the opportunity or we have the opportunity, I'm sure we'll not repeat them. When I see them behave like this, I am comforted that opposition will not be long. And Che will come back. Because these were the people who charged up and made sure that the NDC, John Mama came back.
In fact, NSA, NDC, any President Mahama or no, na agenda near the namono. Nia yekaye efasa
teacher licensure
exam obi unim e wo winiba
yes
ye call launch manifesto President Mahama kan say ya de beka omo final exam no ho so oh yes we na wo penso ameko tiama boy to boase
mebo e wa ha
eti e wo winiba na wo yi eno na we na wo kan brain okay yes intini awo bia opa boansa machira oni eti basa opa boansa
enti we
boansa yen retreat you we kan bi enim
President John Dramani Mahama on one of the campaign platforms. Take a listen.
Licensure exams you can watch them 2020. You can't hold that. You can't watch them that 2020. And to assume 80 years here about licensure exam, no you be year free. The saying president spoke on behalf of the College of Education, and I have said already, among the things he talked about was the licensing of teachers. And I have said already, and I'll say once again, that if I become president, I will cancel licensure exams.
Asempa FM.
Mr. Speaker, NDC never promised to cancel licensure exams. We promised to incorporate it into the general examination system of the colleges. That's what we promised. And what we are doing today is fulfilling exactly what we promised to do. That's what we promised. Go and pick our manifesto and show me which page. We said we're going to incorporate it. The way that you propose to organize licensure exams is what we objected to. The manner in which you intended to do it.
you feel them.
So we said it will be incorporated.
Asempa FM.
You heard President Mahama and so the Honorable Mahama Yarega Majority Leader. Honorable.
Obi. Obo tape no twasontem. Yes, so there no. Baby Okoe-Boye bronga hafo no. Student ni raise licensure issue no. Kan let me transcription no ha. Nti me kan ama. Okan ni odi kan boy. Ni okan bi o say so we are not saying teachers should not have a license to teach. They should, but it should not be necessary to let them write exam in the first year, write exam in the second year, write exam in the third year, write final exam in the fourth year, come out to do national service, and then come and write licensure exam again. President Mahama has been very consistent. Let me finish. Also, that is all we are saying. Now, when you launch your manifesto and Kasa Okoe-Boye bano, and then okay, and no video.
No, I don't have it.
You don't have it. So make no such transcription. Yes. So let me know her. This is what President Mahama said. Also, we will abolish teacher licensure exam and integrate it. It is all cutting war. Teacher exam nepa. You are being unfair. Okay. Propaganda we yamutu emfa because your kai and also be so contrary we are almost full tape no need. Also, we will abolish teacher licensure exams and integrate it into the licensing process into their final year exam. Yeah. We will institute the teacher dabre, those ones. So with regards to the licensure exam, this is what the president at the time, flag bearer of the NDC, said it will win. And one thing a leader I challenge you be I say, who can't, who pensioner say, who far away near your file manifesto. Naturally, baby, a case your big licensure exam full stop.
In the idea with Momo the NDC said, rather than Ombe school, Abetro
acquire national service.
No, my baba.
No, my baba exam.
More the Becca.
Yeah, the Becca final exam, no.
Or final.
Yes.
No, I try. As an office.
Yes.
No much I say.
Maybe to say no, Maya, move it to me. But you see, what we are saying, of course, this is the first year. we were in this country when a big prophecy 8 years near moment to me. It is a no near car. We can have that debate, but for somebody to suggest in any way or form, say President Mahama has been dishonest, that is untrue. And as NDC has been because leader can't say, you can't say, yes, you can't see a big simplicity, no, and indeed we are being dishonest. It's untrue. I just say, Nipana shut up and say, oh, yeah, mischievous.
But Sasa would a car or more final exams. I don't know how that would be, because that would be normal end of semester exams.
No, now who call law school?
Yes.
Who call law school? Yes, I'm actually an advert lawyer.
That's a no year.
Now, normal exam. Why? No normal exam.
No, it's a law school. You move from faculty,
yes,
where you do the degree,
but a professional,
and then you go and do the professional.
But even professional, no, and you course now no exam. We got final law, and you then you to go as about 2 years in mono. What throw be a paper be a really a kick a boom. Yes, yes. So I didn't mean that same thing for every other professional. He say, what throw paper? No say be a West Mass 101. Now throw exam we are. Send your caucus law of evidence. So drop as we are where we advocacy we are where we and some Macassa Cotnas natural law and Mokan you can say by exam. I know ye be a one paper. Now I said if you AAA throughout end of subject exam numukra now we na say by exam no be failure na say wan yahwe adenti no mutumi nya sa wo enye ne sa wo teacher dey. This is all we are saying, so that we ni nya ne areho no no ma kwakoye IS aptitude test bi ebi okwam so okotena computer achi no akwakoye na se bibi who knows, it's even possible say that day now you are not well. No, that is what we are saying. We may have the argument whether Uji to man or Uji to we can, but for purposes of sound win, people want to suggest NDC has deceived Ghanaians. It's not true. Let anybody prove it. We have Nigwani Niawaha, but be a President Mahama can be a Boni Niamensi. And compared to,
but you'd agree, so based on the promise, no?
Yes.
And as you've read,
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
eloquently,
Yes.
no? Licensure exams will be cancelled under NDC. The form. Now
the
MP for year. That one will be cancelled.
Yes. Yeah, mom we mafia and almost a bason metro a licensure exam. That is what we are proposing.
Because a more normal final year exams, no, you cannot call that one licensure
No, but
exam.
you see a be modified.
Okay.
Do you get it?
Okay.
And your form na say yes, I be modify or say. Yeah, mom coffee.
No
massa ba betro one paper say. Inti bibia fata bia fa che mom no munwe. No munko. Ovia or a professional. But what I say? Look, is it not what the maintenance and me what made the BBC answer? What am I on Casem?
Eco see sense.
So almost will be contrary to the Yakan on family.